Basic concepts. What is transfer of property? The act of conveying ownership or interest in real estate from one party to another. What is voluntary transfer? Transfer by the owner's choice, such as sale or gift. What is involuntary transfer? Transfer without the owner's consent, e.g., foreclosure or eminent domain. What is alienation in real estate? The legal term for transfer of property. What is title? The legal right to ownership of property. What is a deed? A legal document used to transfer title to real property. What is grantor? The person transferring the property. What is grantee? The person receiving the property. What is consideration? Something of value exchanged in a contract. What is the granting clause in a deed? The part that states the grantor's intent to transfer property. What is delivery and acceptance in deed transfer? Delivery by grantor and acceptance by grantee to complete transfer. What is constructive delivery? Delivery of the deed without physical handing over, but legal delivery is presumed. What is actual delivery of a deed? Physical handing over of the deed to the grantee. What is recording of a deed? Filing the deed in the public records to provide notice. What is consideration in a deed? The price or value paid for the property. What is a warranty deed? Deed guaranteeing clear title and the grantor's right to convey. What is a quitclaim deed? Deed that transfers any interest the grantor has without guarantees. What is a special warranty deed? Deed that guarantees the title only during the grantor's ownership. What is a bargain in sale deed? Implies ownership but no warranties. What is marketable title? Title free of significant defects or liens, acceptable to a reasonable buyer. Types of transfers. What is voluntary alienation? Transfer of property by sale or gift. What is involuntary alienation? Transfer without owner's consent, e.g., foreclosure. What is inheritance? Transfer of property upon owner's death. What is intestate succession? Property distribution when someone dies without a will. What is testate succession? Property distribution according to a will. What is adverse possession? Acquiring title by continuous, open possession for statutory period. What is eminent domain? Government's right to take private property for public use. What is condemnation? Legal process by which eminent domain is exercised. What is escheat? Property reverts to the state if no heirs exist. What is gift deed? Deed used to transfer property as a gift. What is a leasehold transfer? Transfer of possessory interest in leased property. What is a court order transfer? Transfer of property by judicial decree, e.g., divorce, bankruptcy. What is foreclosure sale? Transfer after lender forces sale for unpaid debt. What is a tax sale? Transfer after property is sold for unpaid taxes. What is transfer by deed? Most common voluntary transfer method. What is transfer by will? Transfer after death according to a will. What is transfer by intestate succession? Transfer after death without a will. What is transfer by partition? Division of property among co-owners. What is transfer by dedication? Transfer of private property to public use, e.g., streets. What is transfer by accession? Property acquired by addition or improvement. Title and recording. What is title? The legal ownership of property. What is title search? Examination of public records to verify ownership. What is abstract of title? Summary of all recorded documents affecting a property. What is title insurance? Protects owner and lender from title defects. What is chain of title? Historical record of property ownership. What is cloud on title? Any claim or encumbrance that affects clear title. What is quiet title action? Court proceeding to clear title disputes. What is marketable title? Title free of defects that could cause litigation. What is constructive notice? Public knowledge of ownership due to recording. What is actual notice? Knowledge obtained by direct inspection or information. What is Recording Act? Law requiring property documents be recorded publicly. What is Race Statute? First to record has priority. What is Notice Statute? A bona fide purchaser without notice prevails. What is Race Notice Statute? First to record without notice wins priority. What is Deed of Trust? Security instrument transferring legal title to trustee. What is mortgage? Loan secured by real property. What is lien? Legal claim against property to secure debt. What is easement? Right to use another's property for a specific purpose. What is encumbrance? Any claim or liability on property, e.g., lien, easement. What is title defect? Issue that impairs marketable title. Deeds and conveyance. What are the essential elements of a deed? Grantor, grantee, consideration, granting clause, legal description, delivery, and acceptance. What is the habendum clause? To have and to hold clause describing estate type. What is season? Grantor's claim of ownership at deed transfer. What is covenant of warranty? Guarantee of title against all defects. What is covenant of quiet enjoyment? Guarantee that buyer won't be disturbed by title claims. What is covenant against encumbrances? Assurance property is free of liens or encumbrances except those stated. What is general warranty deed? Offers fullest protection to buyer. What is special warranty deed? Warrants title only for the grantor's ownership period. What is quitclaim deed used for? Clearing title defects or transferring property without warranties. What is gift deed? Transfer without consideration. What is a deed in trust? Transfer property to a trustee. What is a trustee's deed? Transfer from trustee to beneficiary. What is executor's deed? Transfer from an executor after owner's death. What is referee's deed? Transfer following a court foreclosure sale. What is a sheriff's deed? Transfer following a sheriff's sale. What is a tax deed? Transfer after tax sale. What is a guardian's deed? Transfer by a guardian for a minor or incompetent. What is a grant deed? Implies grantor has not conveyed title to others. What is a release deed? Used to release interest in property. What is deed acknowledgement? Notarization of grantor's signature. Miscellaneous topics. What is escrow and property transfer? Third party holds funds/documents until conditions are met. What is closing? Final step where ownership transfers and documents are signed. What is a settlement statement? Document listing all costs and credits in a transaction. What is a title commitment? Preliminary title insurance document. What is easement by necessity? Easement granted when property has no other access. What is easement by prescription? Easement gained by open, continuous use over time. What is transfer tax? Tax paid on property transfer. What is due on sale clause? Clause requiring loan repayment upon property transfer. What is partition action? Court action to divide co-owned property. What is inheritance tax? Tax on property transferred by inheritance. What is gift tax? Tax on property transferred as a gift. What is escrow instructions? Written directions to escrow officer. What is title insurance policy? Contract protecting owner against title defects. What is chain of custody? Record of possession and transfer of title documents. What is constructive eviction? When a tenant must leave due to landlord's failure to maintain property. What is deliverable title? Title ready to be transferred. What is joint tenancy's effect on transfer? Survivorship means property passes to surviving joint tenants. Laws related to transfer of property. Statute of frauds. Requires certain contracts, including real estate sales, to be in writing to be enforceable. Recording acts. Laws that govern the recording of deeds and other documents to protect ownership rights and provide public notice. Real property transfer tax laws. Laws requiring taxes to be paid on property transfers. Adverse possession statutes. Laws outlining the requirements to claim ownership through continuous possession. Eminent domain laws. Government's right to take private property for public use with just compensation. Property tax laws. Governing payment of taxes and consequences of non-payment, like tax liens or tax sales. Zoning and land use laws. Regulate how property can be used, which can affect its transferability or value. Title insurance regulations. Laws regulating the issuance and claims of title insurance. Escrow and settlement laws. Laws overseeing the handling of funds and documents during closing. Consumer protection laws. Laws protecting buyers from fraud or misrepresentation in real estate transactions. Agencies related to transfer of property. County Recorder/Registrar of Deeds. Responsible for recording deeds, mortgages, liens, and other property records. State Real Estate Commission/Department. Regulates real estate licensees and enforces laws regarding property transfers. Title companies. Provide title searches, title insurance, and facilitate closings. Escrow companies. Hold and disburse funds and documents during transactions. Tax Assessor's Office. Assesses property value for taxation and manages tax records. Local planning and zoning boards. Oversee land use regulations affecting property. State and local courts. Handle disputes related to property transfers, including foreclosures, quiet title actions, and probate. Department of Revenue/Taxation. Collects transfer taxes and other property-related taxes. Federal Housing Administration, FHA. Provides mortgage insurance, impacting financing and transfer processes. Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, CFPB. Regulates disclosures and consumer protections in real estate financing and closings. 1. Offer and acceptance deadlines. Offers often specify an expiration time. If not accepted before that time, the offer expires. 2. Earnest money deposit deadline. Buyer usually has a limited time, e.g., 1 to 3 days after contract signing, to deposit earnest money. 3. Inspection period deadline. Buyer must complete property inspections within a set time frame, often 7 to 10 days. 4. Loan approval/financing contingency deadline. Buyer must secure mortgage approval by a specified date, commonly 21 to 30 days. 5. Title search and title commitment deadline. Title company must complete the title search and issue a title commitment, often within 10 to 15 days. 6. Seller's disclosure deadline. Seller may be required to provide property condition disclosures before or shortly after contract acceptance. 7. Contingency removal deadline. Buyer must remove contingencies, inspection, financing, appraisal, by agreed deadlines to proceed. 8. Closing date. The contract specifies the closing date, often 30 to 60 days after acceptance, when ownership legally transfers. 9. Recording deadline. Deed and mortgage documents must be recorded promptly after closing, usually within a few days. 10. Property tax proration deadline. Taxes are prorated up to the closing date. This calculation must be finalized before or at closing. 11. Possession date. Buyer must take possession as agreed, often at closing or a specified later date. 12. Escrow deadlines. All escrow instructions, deposits, and document exchanges follow strict deadlines outlined in the escrow agreement.